guys, welcome back to my channel. What I'm doing right now is I am underlining her brows. I'm not going to do the full brow until the end, but this is just giving me a good guideline for where I have to clean up her brows at. I'm taking my e.l.f. brush and it's an e.l.f. angle brush, and I'm just drawing them on with that. Then I'm going to be taking my ColourPop concealer. I don't know what color it is, but I'll put it down in the description bar if you would like to go purchase it. And I'm just cleaning up her brows, making them look, nice and neat. You know the drill with that. And then the brush that I'm using is a MAC brush. I don't know what exact brush it is. It's from their holiday collection. And I've had it for like 4 years. But yeah, that's what I'm using to clean up her brow. Now I'm just going to be doing the other brow. And I think that I mixed the ColourPop concealer and also a foundation. And the foundation I used was the Becca foundation to give it like a yellow undertone. And then after I do that, I'm going to be going in with my Real Technique brush. And I'm going to be buffing out the concealer on her eyes so that I can get it all prepped and primed for her eyeshadow. And I'm just adding, I'm blending out the product, but I'm also building up the product. So I'm blending and building. And by building, I mean just adding more concealer to where I feel it needs to be added. And I put it all over the lid. And when it comes to doing eyeshadow, I do not set my base. I just go ahead and use a wet base for my eyeshadow. And I'm going into the Juvia's Place palette. And I'm using that brown in there. And keep in mind, like I said, I am using a wet surface. I did not set her eyes before I put this eyeshadow on. It just lasts longer to me when you do it this way, and the colors show up more vibrant. Now I'm going to be cutting her crease, and to cut her crease, I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. concealer, and I'm using the lightest shade in their concealer. I love this concealer. It is very thick, and it's also very drying, so you have to move quickly, but it is just a great concealer to use on your face and the eyes. So I highly recommend it to everyone. And the palette that I'm using is my Juvia's Place palette. Again, I'm going in with the lightest shade, and I'm just going to place that on top of the concealer to set it in place. Then I'm going to be going in my other Juvia's Place palette, taking those two brown shades, and I'm just going to take those two browns and I'm going to put them, I'm going to go ahead and fade the end of her cut crease. And when it comes to fading in the end of the cut crease, you can fade it in any kind of way you want to. You can be sloppy, or you can be, precise with it. It's your choice. And then after that, I'm going to be cleaning her face off with a Neutrogena wipe. Please keep in mind that skincare is so important when doing makeup. Always start off with a clean slate. I'm going to be going in with my Pond's. Her skin is on more of the dry side, so I'm just going to be blending that in with a brush, another Real Technique brush. And for primer, my favorite primer to use ever is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I use it on all my clients. It's very, very good, and I'm gonna just be going ahead and put that all over her skin as well. Okay, on to foundation. Now, I don't really care for this foundation. Like, I like the foundation, it's just that I did the ratio wrong, so it was a little bit on the lighter side because I mixed two. But it ain't nothing, to fix it. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe brush and I'm just going to be buffing it all into her skin. I'm going to be taking her contour shade and putting it on the sides of her cheeks, and taking her concealer and putting it underneath her eyes. And for concealer, I'm using ColourPop again. Now we're going to start buffing out the concealer, and we're going to buff it out with the Real Techniques, the Morphe brush. I'm going to be doing her chin and her forehead with the Morphe brush, as you see in the video. And then I'm going to be taking her contour shade and go ahead and putting it on the rest of her face. And I'm going to contour her face with a brush. I don't know what brush I'm using right now. I think somebody gave it to me for Christmas, but it isn't a brand. I think that they got it from like a Target or something, but the brushes are really good. I'm going to find them and link them down below. Normally on her, I do not cream contour, but like I said, I got her foundation color wrong, so I cream contoured so that I can just even out the tone that is on her face, because I just didn't like it. I wanted to warm up her face with some cream before I went in with a powder. So it's now time to blend out the concealer. I let the concealer sit a little bit. It's always better to let the concealer sit so that it can be more full coverage when you blend it out. I'm blending it out with my Real Techniques brush, and as you can see, I'm blending out the edges first, and then I'm gonna go under the under eye. Once we get to the under eye, you want to make sure that you have your powder all ready and good to go, because you do not want it to crease. So I'm going in with one brush, which is my Real Techniques brush. Then I'm going in with the black brush, which is my Morphe brush. And I have the setting powder on that brush ready to set underneath the eye. I am big on not creasing, so I try to set as soon as I finish blending it out, because I hate creasing so much. Like even on myself, like I cannot take the creasing. And for powder underneath her eye, I'm using a Fit Me powder underneath her eye. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder first. It's a transparent powder, but it's really, really light, so I went in with the Fit Me powder that's closer to her skin tone. And as you see, I patted in her foundation, the concealer and the foundation together to make sure there was no harsh lines. And now I'm taking this brush and I am contouring her face with a powder. So with this, basically you're setting that cream contour with a powder so that it does not move throughout the day. I love contouring. I feel like it brings everybody's face together. I love blush. For the blush, I always use my I use Juvia's Place, the Zulu palette, to the pink shade in that. we're going to move on to lips. So for lips, this is my favorite part. I take any type of brown lip liner, it does not matter. And then I take another type of pink to go in the middle. You can use any type of pink you want to use. I'm using NYX Lingerie Pink to put that in the middle of her lip. And now you see I am going to go ahead and fill in the rest of her brow. Normally I don't do her brows too dark, but I wanted to give her a real full look today. So I did them a little on the darker side. When it comes to the front of the brow, you always want to use strokes so that you can create the hair look in their brows. You don't want to be too harsh when it comes to the front of the brow because it's just going to look retarded to me. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that one. And now for lashes, I am taking these Malibu Minks. This is her lash line. This is in the style Mimi, I want to say, or Miami, one of the two. And I went ahead and put highlighter on her. And this is what the final look came out to be. I really hope you guys liked this look. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And thank you guys for watching.